Coming off a run to the NBA Finals, the Golden State Warriors quickly transformed into off-season mode with the NBA draft looming. After holding 3 picks in the lottery during the last 2 consecutive drafts, the Warriors shifted back down the board and selected 3 young players late in the NBA draft. Welcome to the Free Dawkins channel. Here we break down the Warriors' 2022 draft selections. With their 28th pick, the Warriors selected Baldwin Jr. out of University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee. Baldwin becomes the latest young player to join the Dubs championship roster, where he hopes to help form a young foundation with Jordan Poole, Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody, and James Wiseman that can help Steph Curry return to championship glory, and maybe even bring titles to Dub Nation when it's all said and done for the greatest shooter of all time. Baldwin averaged 12.1 points, 5.8 rebounds, and 1.5 assists in his lone collegiate season at Milwaukee. He shot just 41.8% from 2 and 26.6% from 3, but did have a solid 73.3% free throw percentage. He sprained his left ankle in the 4th game of the year against Bowling Green. He was never healthy after that, outside of one excellent game against Robert Morris, where he went off for 26 points on 6 of 6 shooting from 3. Baldwin never looked like the top NBA prospect he was supposed to be. Baldwin's draft stock is tied to his high school prospects. He was a consensus top 10 recruit in the 2021 class. He flashed excellent shot-making ability as a 6'10" player with a 7'2" wingspan. Despite his ugly shooting numbers, Baldwin has a pretty stroke, and many scouts believe it will translate well to the NBA, especially as he gets more open looks. While not an explosive athlete, Baldwin has the potential to be an elite-level outside shooter at 6'10" with a projectable frame. That should be scary for the rest of the NBA, especially with a couple years of seasoning to make up for a disjointed last few years of development. It wouldn't be surprising to look back on this pick in a couple of years as the steal of the draft, similar to how we felt throughout these NBA playoffs watching Jordan Poole blossom into an essential piece. Baldwin believes he can be one of the better 6'10+ shooters in the world. He has shown the ability to shoot off movement, whether he's running around screens near the baseline, relocating behind the arc, finding an open shot as a trailer on the break, or being utilized in pick and pops. He has a solid mid-range scoring package, where he can leverage his size to get smaller defenders on his back and shoot over the top of them. He believes he's a quick processor and smart passer who can consistently move the ball to the open man. The athletic concerns for Baldwin are real. He went only 14 for 27 at the rim all season, struggling to get to and finish inside with his limited vertical pop. He's not going to generate a ton of free throws while attacking the basket. His size will play defensively in the paint, but he's typically had trouble moving around screens and staying attached to his man. What really intrigues about Baldwin's fit with the Warriors is just how many clean looks he'll get as defenses pay full attention to Steph Curry. And if those shots go down like his history prep career suggests, Baldwin will be yet another 5-alarm shooting fire for Steve Kerr to deploy offensively. Later on the draft night, the Warriors sent cash and the number 51 pick to the Atlanta Hawks to acquire the number 44 pick. They then used that pick on Ryan Rollins, a guard from Toledo, and the number 33 pick on the Athletics' big board. Rollins was an immediate impact player in college, earning the MSC Rookie of the Year award in 2020-21, after averaging 13.7 points, 5.2 boards, 2.5 assists, and 1.1 steals per game in 30 starts for Toledo. He took a big step forward as a sophomore, averaging 18.9 points, 6 boards, 3.6 assists, and 1.7 steals per game with even more efficient shooting marks. While Rollins has the potential to be a valuable scoring combo guard, the Warriors could also covet Rollins' unique defensive potential. Despite measuring in at less than 6'5" at the combine, Rollins has a nearly 6'10" wingspan and showed impressive defensive intensity. Scouts and analysts like Rollins' potential. He's definitely a nice value pick at number 44, and Golden State could stand to develop a young ball handler behind Curry and Jordan Poole. What earns the Warriors extra plaudits for taking Rollins is the trade they made to get him. No franchise prints money like the Warriors, but there are plenty of billionaire owners who could have traded up in the 2nd round for a player their front office valued. Good on Joe Lacob for continuing to spend after yet another title and record-setting payroll. Later in round 2 of the draft, the Dubs selected Santos, a 6'8" and 210-pound 20-year-old forward from Brazil. During the 2021-22 season, Santos averaged 10.1 points, 5.1 boards and 2 assists in 25.7 minutes over 37 games for Minas of the Brazilian Basketball League. By ESPN's draft analyst Jonathan Givony, Santos is a long arm, strong-framed wing who made significant improvements the past 2 seasons in Brazil. Santos possesses a nice blend of versatility, fluidity, and physicality attacking the rim, while consistently competing defensively and on the glass. Santos is not yet consistent enough as a shooter and is still working to develop into a more well-rounded all-around scorer. He handled the ball more this season and showed strides with his passing ability. As the draft night ended, Warriors GM Bob Myers talked briefly about his new Warriors.
We're excited, we're tired, but we're happy with our guys and try to bring them in here tomorrow. All of them came in to see us, all very different players. Baldwin's kind of a big, versatile forward. We think can shoot, pass, high IQ guy. Another Milwaukee guy. I guess we like Milwaukee guys. His dad was a coach. Rollins, also out of Toledo. Both I think teenagers still, although he's a sophomore. Playmaking guard. Shot well from the free throw line, good length, and Guy Santos, Brazilian guy, played with Barbosa. Obviously Baldwin's a first-round pick, and Rollins will, we believe, be on the roster, and Santos is someone we have to decide on.
While Santos is a draft and stash player, the Warriors selected 2 players that might be able to help them next season. The first-round pick Baldwin Jr. and second-rounder Rollins. It'll be interesting how these young players develop with the Warriors' Great Players Development Program, a proven program who produced NBA stars and superstars in Steph, Clay, Poole, and Draymond Green. Tell us in the comments, who do you think is the biggest steal in the 2022 NBA Draft? And if you like this video, share, subscribe, and hit the like button. For more basketball content, subscribe to our other channels, Vintage Dawkins and Squad Dawkins, and follow us on social media.